listening thought it was funny.
But no, because I talked over it, I screwed it up.
No, he heard it.
Yeah, he's got Beats by Dre, man. He hears everything. He knows when the water heater goes on.
It's not worth repeating now. But see what you're saying?
Oh, please.
It's not funny.
That's my punishment?
No, there's no punishment now. It was just a sort of like a fun little... See, I win when I throw in a side in that you're not ready for. And you go, wow, that was funnier than I was giving you credit for it being funny. You know what I mean? That's when I win. But if I'm trying to go, here's a funny piece to Jay Mohr, a legendary world-class comedian, it doesn't work.
What did he say?
That's not funny. Yeah, thank you. He's going to respect me, Matt.
He said he's stuck between two worlds.
Torn between two lovers.
He's between Clooney and Pacino right now.
How's your voice? How can you can sing pretty well, right?
Pretty good.
I've heard you sing on SNL. You killed it.
Very tinny, though.
Tinny?
But I crushed it on Pluto Nash. I got to do Sinatra.
Oh, no way.
Sinatra in the future on the moon.
Oh,
Fly me to the moon. Of course, I was
perfect. As an impressionist, you should be a good vocalist.
It's an easy song.
Not really.
In all fairness.
Tell it to Michael Bublé.
He's great.
He's amazing. I love Michael Bublé. That's what I'm saying. I mean, singing Frank Sinatra is very difficult.
I think he's the easiest one to sing.
Singing it well is difficult.
Torme's real hard because he goes all over the scales and like you can't.
And he has such a tone that not many people. How many Mel Torme impressions have you heard?
Maybe Billy Crystal did it. I don't know.
It's an old like sort of Shecky Green type.
Tony
impression.
Bennett's hard because he starts talking.
Yeah.
Mr. Saturday Dance. Heard they crowded the floor. It'll be different without you. And you're like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to sing along to this?
Alec Baldwin's impression, pretty good.
I like things that are great. Alec is probably one of the funniest. Him and Justin Timberlake are the two funniest non-comic comics in the comic town.
Well, when Timberlake is on SNL, he's the funniest guy in SNL. With all due respect to everybody at SNL.
Yeah, same with Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin's amazing. How was he working with Alec Baldwin?
I never worked. Oh yeah, he was on More Sports.
Yeah,
he was on More Sports and he was great. We brought him in and we asked him to do a Glengarry Glen Ross cold open. And he was like, "Where do you want me to stand? Where do you, fine. Where do you want me to stand?"
So he did it like willingly.
A, always be, B, C, charming. Always be charming. Now get out there and put on your happy face.
Such a nice.
He's a good guy. I'm sorry, I'm sweating. So you said you got to get in the studio, write some songs, and you got to swing for the fences. But you swung for the fences and you hit it at a Tiger Stadium with Fly.
Yeah, actually, our first record was a foul out to left.
I thought that was your first record, so there you go.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
What was
Wikipedia, we need to update it. Our first record was a record called Lemonade and Brownies, which is arguably in the Sugar Ray circles some people's favorite record.
I actually have heard of it because people say that's the good Sugar Ray album.
Yeah, it's funny. And there was actually a discussion about a good Sugar Ray record. That's fucking fantastic. But Nicole Eggers on the cover of that record nude. Doggy Style. So that was sort of how that record's most well known. But
if you could recast that album cover for that time,
I mean Nicole Eggers again.
Really?
She was just coming.
I respect that, bro.
She was perfect for it.
Put your name on it.
It looks great. But we were kids in a candy store, Jay, back then. We were like,
yeah, you're looking at Nicole Eggers' Brown Eye. What's not?
That too.
I'm 24. Yeah, a little this way.
It was a good photo shoot. That we were looking through the peak of the door, and we were. It was amazing.
But how do you convince somebody to get naked on your album cover?
My wife, who's my fiance, who's the mother of my children, I don't even know what to call her. We do everything backwards. She's my fiance, for real. But
you dated for 2 decades before you decided to marry her.
That's right.
Which I would say, on a side note, probably means you went about everything the right way.
You know what, Jay? You're a smart man.
All right.
I'll tell you this. Got all the hell out early, went through hell to get to a good place where we are now. And she is my best fucking friend, which I understand what you're saying now, and totally validate it and emphasize with you. Anyway, she was Nicole Eggers' best friend back then. And literally I was like, well, there's no way Nicole's going to do this. Cause right now, at that time, 93, 94, Nicole was, she was Baywatch. She was huge. You know what I mean? And I said, Nicole, would you like to pose naked, doggy style on the cover of our record for no money? And she went, sure, no problem. I mean, she's that kind of gal. She's down.
She's a hooah.
No. She's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. And
come on, honey. Get doggy style on the hood of the car.
Yeah. But she was great, and she did it. And, making that record was great because, like I said, we were kids in a candy store. We're like, oh, let's do a rap part here. Let's do a Rage Against the Machine type song. Let's do a Beastie Boys vignette type thing. Let's have a little interlude type thing. We kind of made sort of a hip hop record back then, but with rock sensibilities. And, at the time, the rap rock thing wasn't really happening, but it was starting to happen a little bit in Europe, and we got a little play in Europe.
You're like jazz musicians.
Yeah, we're like jazz musicians, underappreciated in our own country until, posthumous success. But So we did a lot of touring over there, about 9 full tours over in Europe, 95, 96.
How big are the rooms that you're doing now?
We were doing 500 seaters by the end of the tour. What's great about Europe, if you go out there, you start playing these festivals, and then you get on the festival in front of 50,000 people, and the next time you go to that city, 500 people show up.
You're like Anvil.
No, it was very Anvil-esque. That was a great documentary, wasn't it? And so we built a little bit of heat there, but still sold nothing in this country. Nothing at all.
But then, what was the name of that album?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. This is why we had to make a second record, which Fly was on, called Floored, 97.
Floored?
Floored, yeah. In 96, we were coming up from Europe on the way home. And we had one last little 2-week tour to do. We were literally driving 9 hours to play in front of 3 people, to drive another 10 hours sweaty in a van to play in front of another 3 people. And we were like, wow, this is dire. And Howard Stern had always said, listen, why doesn't someone cover my songs? You have these great songs no one loves. These songs I made when I was 8. Why these dumb fucking bands don't record my songs? So he went, ding. Stopped off at Denver Community College, begged these students to record us for 3 hours, recorded one of Howard's songs called Psychedelic B that he wrote when he was 8 years old, recorded it overnight, sent it to Gary Bababooey Delabate and said, he's either going to fucking hate it or love it. And back then there was no cell phones or anything, so we drove another 12 hours to go to Wyoming to play this show, and, we played the show. We got an emergency call from our manager in New York going, Howard talked about the song all day today on Stern. He loves it. He loves it.
Wow.
He wants you in the studio 2 days to play Psychedelic B live in the morning on his radio show. We literally left the van in Wyoming, flew out to New York, took the red eye.
It's still there.
Right, it is. Barely made it to New York, played Psychedelic B on Howard's show. We went from selling 3 records, 10 records a week to 2,000 records the next week. Then it was 2,500 after that. Howard kept talking about it.
So
and
Howard
Atlantic Records went, I guess we will release another record for you guys. And so that next record had Fly on it. So,
Howard saved your balls.
Without a doubt. I mean, a lot of people like to say, Howard really helped my career. Howard saved our ass. We were dead in the water. We were done.
No doubt about it. You could put an actual dot on the map of when your career went.
Our manager, Chip, who's still my manager today, was going to say after we got home.
Chip Chipperson?
Chip Quigley. Even better.
Just say my manager is Chip Chipperson.
Chip Chipperson. Sounds better.
Sounds good.
He actually was going to tell us after this sort of horrific tour we were going through that, guys, I don't think they're going to make another record. It was fun. But Howard saved our asses, and, Atlantic Records is in New York City, the headquarters. Howard Stern's the king of New York City. And there was starting to be a buzz about Sugar Ray in New York because of the Psychedelic B thing. They said, well, do it. Let's make another record. And we had a little bit of heat going on in Europe, so there was let's give these guys another shot type thing. We took Sublime's producer, who had What I Got just came out, and I went, oh my God, that's everything I'm trying to do. I mean, everything I'm trying to do with no talent. I wish I could do that. We got their producer, David Kahn. He led us to water, kind of showed us what was going on. We had this song Fly in the back of our head, kind of gaining ground. We had 80% of it done. Our producer, David Kahn, came in, put the bridge in, had Fly, called Supercat, got him on there, boom. Rest is history. That's why I'm talking to you.
And here you are.
And here I am,
next to a Thomas the Train table.
I got one of these in my house, dude. Believe me, it was great.
I'm so glad I didn't throw it away because the troublesome trucks make me so happy. I found this the other day. Fuck, I don't know where they are. But that's the train that when you press it, it goes, I stepped on it. I'm like, what the? It was great. So then you get because in football, it's all about the next contract.
That's right.
You get another contract for a third record.
We had our Victor Cruz season with Fly, put it that way. We were making $400,000 a year. We had this giant season.
Wow. Great pull.
And then it was like, here we go, guys.
See, I love that joke.
Right. Well, I got it. Well, thank you.
Listen, because I realize you're giving me good stuff.
Thank you for listening, Jay. So then they gave us this big shitload of money to make the next record. I think we got like $2.5 million from the label.
But that's what you said the last time, and you realized.
Well, listen, now we're all recouped and ready to go now. Now this is $2.5 million coming our way. We've got to make another record with that $2.5 million. But now we're in business. We're making money on the road. The record's going to cost us about $500. We'll make a video for $3. That's about $1.7 to split between 4 guys. We were starting to crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of us, deep in credit, no credit cards. So we were okay. We're going to dig ourselves out of here. You know what I mean? And that's when we became. 97 was the last time I had to look. Dig through change and go to a 3 for 99-cent taco night at Del Taco,
No kidding.
So we made the record. Luckily, that record was $14.59, and it backed up the advance with sales too. That record sold 3 million, $1 million more than Florida had sold with Fly on it. That had Every Morning, Someday Falls Apart. It was a big fucking record for us. And now again, we got another fucking check from Atlantic. That was like 3 or 4 of this one. You know what I mean? So it was good eating for a while there, you know. Then we made that self-titled record that had When It's Over on it, which was a big hit, sold 1 million copies, but we'd gone up the mountain and we were starting to come down there. Like we were trying to find our level.
Do you know it when it's happening, or do you just keep swinging for the fences?
Well, you know, research, and especially today, but back then about 10 years ago, it was starting, you know, you could tell in a week. It's kind of like a movie. A movie comes out, you know right away if it's going to, what kind of run.
But you always can make another movie that'll be a hit. So is that the carrot that's always dangling?
But if you are the Transformers, like we are the Transformers, okay? Because we're a franchise. We're Sugar Ray the franchise, right? So if a record fails, you're not going to start going, hey, let's make another franchise movie of Transformers and put $300 million in that. You know, you can see the downward trajectory because you're living in it. We are the franchise. We're not another movie.
Right.
Sugar Ray's not all of a sudden the Strokes now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're still Sugar Ray. So like you put the money as you see the investment working. And it's very scientific. You know, it's not like the 70s where
you are a smart guy, dude.
Well, no, it's not like the 70s where it's like, hey man, let's give these guys 5 chances, and hey, they had a gold record 3 records ago. Let's give them another shot. You know, it's like, it's very corporate and very bottom line. There's guys in the cellar underneath, you know, 30 Rock in New York going, okay, that's not what's happening. That's what's happening, you know,
So now, do you guys go out and do gigs?
Well, now it's great, dude. I mean, I keep the lights on through Sugar Ray. I'll always have that. I'll always be able to sing these songs, and I'm happy to do it because I love to perform still. So we do about 40, 50 shows a year.
That's more than I do.
Yeah, we do a lot of the soft ticket shows. You know, hey, the Shrimp Fest down in Louisiana. You know, every city has.
Right after the Bacon Brothers. Come see Sugar Ray at the Meadowlands Fair.
And we actually played with them once up in the Sonoma County Fair. So yes, all that stuff. And I feel honored to do it. Like, did I sit in my garage when I was 8 with, you know, thinking I was Ace Frehley, wanting to play fairs? No, but like, there's
shock me.
Make me feel better. But there are actually 4,000 people there, you know, and they want to have a good time. They want to hear the songs. I'm honored to do it. Man, I feel so fortunate to have a career in this business, you know. I still want to do some more stuff in TV. I still want to write stuff. I'm still dumb enough to think I can still write songs that people want to hear, and I'm going to continue to do that.
It is the best business. Everything about it is appealing.
Absolutely.
It is the best business because like just your desire to do it ensures that it'll get done.
Good point.
I mean, there's people with 1% of the talent you have, with 1% of the talent. But if you just are willing to get drilled in the back by Nolan Ryan once every 4 at-bats and know that going in.
Right.
And just walk to first. Don't rub it. Don't rub it.
That's so good.
Don't
acknowledge.
Don't rub it, dude. Just stand on first and then steal second.
Unfortunately for me, most people rub it. You know what I mean? And you got to take the hits, dude. You know, I don't care what career you're at. I mean, you take the hits. You know, people are unwilling to take the fucking smacks in the face, you know?
And they never go anywhere. They're called critics.
Yeah, well, you're so right, dude.
Or they're called haters. Drinking the haterade.
And Twitter, you know, Twitter can fuck with your psyche too, hardcore. You know, now
really?
Dude, really? You know, Twitter's a direct line to your soul.
Hey, what's up? You suck.
You know?
We talk about that a lot on the podcast.
No, how can you not talk about it? It's a reality.
I've probably blocked about 4,000 people. So I really have made Twitter just a beacon of positivity. If you tell me like, hey, I saw you on such and such, not your best performance, gone.
Good. Well,
You're
good.
I don't want to hear anything. I want a bunch of psychophants patting me on the back and feeding me grapes whenever I go on Twitter.
Dude, I'm with you on that. And at first I tried to like, I don't care, man, and respond to them and be like, fuck, dude, it's your life, man. You know, and like, you know, but it's just, it never ends. And then you get like on a list of people, hey, these guys respond, man. If you call him an asshole, he'll fight you. You know what I mean? So it's like, you cannot win that battle. People have opinions, and unfortunately now they're delivered to your face.
Jim Rome said to me, you can never, they troll. Let's not forget what troll means.
Yeah.
Troll means you have a fishing line off the back of a boat, hoping that your hook goes through a school of fish, and one of them goes, and bites it. You're trolling for fit. That's what a troll is. That's where it comes from. You're trolling.
Right.
And he said to me once, JJ, you cannot get hooked. You cannot take that hook, man.
That's beautiful.
You cannot take that hook. And he's right. You cannot take the hook.
Do you ever take the hook? Do you ever like...
Every time.
Yeah, me too.
Until, you know, now I just block.
You respond to positivity, right?
I respond to positivity, and with my shows, like I'll say, Twitter only, meet and greet after the show. Don't tell anybody in the arena. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody in the 200 seat steakhouse.
Great.
Don't tell anybody at Tommy T's in Rancho Cordova. When you're done with your steaks, I'll just hang out. I'll use it for that.
Just hang out.
That's what I tell them. Act like because everyone will hang out. If like 40 people hang out at once, everyone's just going to sit and drink.
Right.
I go, and I just, I'm going to be at the Irvine Improv doing the podcast, or if I'm at the Melrose Improv, I go, Twitter only, act like you're leaving, hang out, I'll be out in 20 minutes.
Well, that's a great idea.
And it's only like 40 people.
That's
it's never like
idea.
a crazy
And that's
amount.
what it should be. And then you're